really like that it's not too big. The library is always a good place to study and you can find a quiet place.
I really like the dorms. It's nice not having community bathrooms, so that's really nice for us freshmen and sophomores that have to live there. There's a lot of food options on campus, so you have 3 different dining halls. You have Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell. There's a couple different Einstein's places, so that's a really nice option for the people that do live on campus. I really like the multi on game days. We have really supportive fans that like to come and talk to us players and just get to know us, and I really like that.
I like that there's also a rec, so you can always go somewhere and get shots up. There's always an opportunity.
The rec's also a really good second practice facility for us, so we don't have awkward practice times like sharing multi in the rec with the men, so it's most of the time we're practicing between the times of 2 and 4, so that's really nice.
And the locker room's really nice too.
I think that the coaches do a really good job of making sure there's a good balance between school and basketball. I use every resource that we had here. I used Shonda every time I needed to get in a class that I needed to get into. I also used the tutors, and then I was able to finish my degree in 4 years, and I'll be graduating in May.
I did use a lot of the resources in terms of, the internship office, career services, and the coaches did do a really good job in working around my schedule in graduate school.
Not only the coaches, but the teachers are really great about working with us. We know that academics come before athletics, so our coaches understand that we might need to pick certain classes at awkward times, and they work with us on practice schedule and things like that, and then teachers are also very supportive.
I think we do a good job of spending a lot of time in the community, so that way whenever we are in public, people will come up to us all the time and they know that we play for the basketball team. It feels like you really are at home, and whenever we're at games, we recognize everybody in the crowd.
I do think it's really important to be a role model not only to the community and the youth, but just to our peers essentially at Central Missouri. It's pretty cool when you can go to restaurant, IHOP, I've been to IHOP, and people recognize me, or even going to players and you see our national championship poster on there, knowing that those restaurants and those small businesses support us.
Being in Warrensburg has been so great because we have such a wide variety of fans and ages, and so you see people out all the time, but then you see little kids come into our games and they're just so excited, and that's probably one of the best feelings.
I realized UCM was the right fit for me as soon as I stepped out of the car and realized that it was just the atmosphere that I wanted to be in. I like the family atmosphere, I like the team.
I realized UCM was the right fit for me when I came here on my visit. I was able to meet with the girls, and seeing Coach S and Coach Slifer and the family environment that they had and playing with them on the floor, it just felt like not only a team, but we were a family out there. Family is really important to me. Growing up, I've always played with my older sister and my younger sister, so that's always been a big part of loving the game of basketball. And then transferring from a different school where that wasn't the focus and it was really individualized, coming here, it gets that family feel again, and playing with my best friends, it's like being on the court with your sisters again.
I think that having a family atmosphere is very important when being a Jenny. I didn't realize what I was getting myself into whenever I got here, but now that I'm here, I realize it's everything I needed. Coming from a school that it was an individual team, I didn't realize how much of an impact it is to have a family playing beside you. It makes basketball more fun.
In the recruiting process, something that was important for me was to just go somewhere with a winning culture.
The winning culture is so important, and we've really got to see that continue on in our 3 years here, being able to play in the national tournament, play for conference championships, and in the MIAA tournament, as well as playing and winning a national championship. We've just seen that culture carry on, and that's not something that's ever going to leave here. That's going to continue once we have seniors graduate. I think team chemistry is huge. My team's really become family, and I think we saw how chemistry off the court really leads to success on the court. If you trust each other and kind of know how each other works and how to communicate, I think that really contributes and has contributed to our success.
Something about our coaching staff is that they're literally like family to us.
They put us in the best positions to win games and be successful on and off the court. I always say this, but I'd call any of them at 3 in the morning if I ever needed something. That's just who they are. I think my favorite memory as a Jenny is just seeing that confetti fall after we won the national championship. I mean, that's what you dream of as a kid. To kind of see my basketball journey come full circle and to reach the pinnacle was the coolest thing I've ever been a part of.
Seeing that, just experience that, not with just your teammates, but also your best friend. Just a really special moment in your lives.
Off the court, I have endless memories as a Jenny. We hang out all the time, and so I'm not even sure if I could pick one. But our karaoke is usually a really good time. We're three-peat champions in the karaoke. And so, yeah, we're trying to go for the four-peat next year. Winning that and just seeing our team bond and kind of everyone step out of their shell and have to dance and sing, it's just a really fun event.
We always do Bachelor Monday at our house, and we cook dinner, and just like little things like that all add up.
When I chose to be a Jenny 4 years ago, I didn't know that I'd be a Jenny for life. The legacy of Jenny's basketball started way before we got here, and we're just happy that we got to be a part of the legacy, and hopefully that continues on in the future.
Wearing the Jennies jersey for the last 4 years has not only meant that I'll have team members that will be friends forever, but I've also created a family. Living 4 hours away has been a huge impact to have a support system here in town, not only by the community, but by my former teammates and my current teammates. My best takeaway for being a Jen is setting goals and achieving those goals. We set a goal when we first came in for the national championship, and we worked 3 years hard and long to get to that, and it was an achievable goal for us.
I didn't understand how much hard work college basketball would be till I got here, and I think realizing how to balance basketball, school, and a social life is super important, and I think UCM has equipped me with skills that will last a lifetime. I chose UCM because I wanted to be a part of something special. I wanted to go to a place where I could compete at regional championships, conference championships, and win the ultimate prize of a national championship, and we did that here.
I chose UCM because it's a home away from home.
I chose UCM because of the community. Warrensburg is a college town, and I love the feeling of being on campus. You always see people from all ages at our games, which really brings the feeling that we have everyone behind us, and when we have that momentum going into a game, it really helps us get the ball rolling to get the wins that we need.
I chose UCM to challenge myself personally and professionally.
I chose UCM because I knew I was joining a winning program academically and athletically.
I chose UCM because it felt like a family environment and just the team felt really supportive, and I really liked that.
I chose UCM because this was truly the right fit for me on and off the court, and this is where I felt like I was most genuinely recruited and the coaches cared about me as a person and not just a basketball player.
I chose UCM because it seemed like the support around the community was really big, and I really enjoyed the campus size.
I chose UCM because it felt like home. After I went on a handful of visits, as soon as I stepped on this campus and hanging out with the girls, I knew it was where I wanted to be for my college career.
I chose UCM because of my teammates. Saying my teammates is an understatement whenever these girls are my sister. I think the chemistry off the court shows on the court, and that's what makes our team a very good team.
I chose UCM because I wanted to leave with a degree in one hand and a national championship trophy in the other.